There's a classic soda fountain drink, the egg cream, that is kind of deceptively named. It's meant to be luxurious, and that's why it has its name, because who would ever put both an egg and a cream in something as frivolous as a soda fountain drink? Well, they never put the egg in it, but it does have some cream or milk or half and half. That's what gives it a bit of body. And it's a simple recipe. The classic one you're just going to use off-the-shelf chocolate syrup to make. But we're going to go a little bit further this week. We're going to make our own, and we're going to base it on a Mexican hot chocolate. It's going to be spicier, it's going to be richer, it's going to be a bit more complex, and it's going to be a bit more fun. So to start with, we've got a disc here of 70% dark chocolate. And we're just going to hack it up into bits. We just want to increase our surface area here because that is what's going to make this melt quite a bit faster for us. So we load all of that into our pan. Try not to make too big a mess of your counter, but to our chocolate, we are going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is optional, but trust me, it's worth it. There is an amazing similarity chemically between capsaicin, the chemical that makes hot pepper hot, and cinnamon, or at least the chemical that gives cinnamon its flavor, and vanillin, the chemical that gives vanilla its flavor. So we're putting in equal parts cayenne pepper and cinnamon. And then since I use pretty dark chocolate, I'm going to give us a little bit more sugar. After all, normally you would use a syrup that is about 50% sugar, or at least equal parts sugar and chocolate. 1 tablespoon of sugar. And to this, I am adding a 1/2 cup of half and half. One thing to note, I'm using 40 grams of chocolate here. You want about 80 grams of chocolate per cup of dairy that you put in this chocolate syrup. And we're making something about halfway between a fudge sauce and a chocolate syrup with this. And the reason for that is instead of having a chocolate syrup that has corn syrup in it, we're going to kind of add the chocolate to the dairy at the first step. And the last ingredient, just to bring out all the flavors, is going to be a pinch of salt. We don't need much, but it gives us a lot of depth and brings out that chocolate flavor for us. So, all of this is going to go over heat. We've taken our chocolate and cream, half and half, to the stove, and we've gotten everything up to a point where it just came together. And once it's done that, we're immediately taking it off the heat, we're putting it aside, and we're letting it cool. Unfortunately, it cooled a bit more than I had expected, and barely flows at all at this point. And in order for this to be a really good egg cream, everything really should be ice cold. So I'm going to try and thin this out a bit. So I will add 2 more ounces of half and half. And then I'm going to try and mix this in, because it's still reasonably soft. This isn't a solid mass. It's, and it's coming together. So I'll give this a bit of a mix until everything integrates. And we're starting to get a liquid much more of the consistency that I want, because we really want this to integrate with club soda quite quickly. Oh man, you can smell the cinnamon, you can smell the hot pepper coming off of it. This is going to be delicious. A little bit more mixing. And there we go. Something that's nice and liquid. I will put in the description both the original recipe for this syrup and a revised one that'll come out a little bit thinner. Do whichever one you prefer. I think this is going to work just fine this way. And as you saw, it was maybe an extra 20 seconds of effort. We're going to take 2 ounces of our liquid. We're just going to pour it into our glass. To that, we're going to add ice cold club soda. Every single time. Seriously, I promise we are not shaking these before filming. I just have terrible luck. There we go. And we just fill her up. Fill her up less than that if you're doing this at home. I was perhaps a bit too aggressive, forgetting how much these things will foam. So the goal here is to fill it up such that the foam extends above the rim of the glass, but not so much that the foam goes all the way down the side. I got close enough. So given how dramatically this appears, it's best to serve it with a straw. This doesn't taste like any egg cream I've ever had, but it is so good. You get the kick from the hot pepper. The cayenne is very much present, so you may want to tone it back if that's not your jam, but I love it. And the cinnamon is very much there, which is not a flavor you ever get in an egg cream. Both of those play with the chocolate very well. This is rich. This is luscious. This is absolutely delicious. So there you go. 1 spicy chocolate egg cream. Please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you've not subscribed yet. We come out with new videos twice a week, and we're looking to make this a big, active community. If you don't like this video, tell me. I can't get better unless you tell me what to do. So I'm always eager to get feedback. Even if you think I look hideous, I can take it. And as always, please leave a comment below if you make this. Recipe is in the description. And until next time, enjoy.